Good afternoon and welcome to NYFE. This afternoon I'm joined by Ben Willis of Sunrise Securities. Hi Ben, thanks for joining me this afternoon.
It's my pleasure.
Well, we had a slew of earnings reports that came in mostly better than expected, although financials did miss some estimates. And we're also seeing that the major stock averages are posting in advance. But what do you think investors should be keeping in mind right now?
Well, I think investors should be keeping in mind the opportunity to buy dips when they see companies that they know as an opportunity to buy them, like yesterday presented. The rest of the day-to-day stuff is really for traders to worry about. But today we're on the plus side because of some positive macroeconomic news and earnings. The earnings continue to improve as we go forward, and which I believe will continue this upward trend that we're seeing. We tested some lows yesterday and we managed to bounce off of them, but you know, there are quality companies out there that continue to report good earnings, and I think the selling pressure we're seeing is coming from news that's not generally negative for the earnings potential of these companies. So that's why an investor should be looking at times like that.
And sure. And looking ahead to tomorrow's trading session, we will be getting more housing figures as well as earnings reports. And we also have the emergency summit meeting of the Eurozone finance ministers. How important do you think that will be?
Well, I think any verbiage coming out of the Eurozone finance ministers will be very important. Today's market, I think the upside can be credited mostly with the commentary coming out of one of the ECB council members suggesting that Greek debt, even if it were to default, will still be accepted as collateral by the European Central Bank. I think with that commentary, that helped relieve some of the stress on the market, which drove the European financials to higher levels and allowed our market the upward move we saw this morning.
Okay, Ben, last but not least, before we wrap it up, you mentioned some trends that you're seeing right now. But given that we have more earnings as well as economic data releases coming out, what do you think investors should also keep their eyes on?
Well, if you need to keep your eye on the macroeconomics of the world that are going on right now, only to use the negatives, if you will, as a buying opportunity. That sounds contraindicative, but the fact of the matter is when you have stories that came out yesterday that rattled the market about the concerns of the European Union and how it was going to handle its crisis and the debt concerns for the United States of America, those are situations when some of the triggers force selling, and that's your opportunity as an investor to buy. The most money in this market, in any market, is made when you keep your mind when everybody else is losing theirs. And that's a situation where there's no real fundamental reason for the market to sell off. The fundamentals are in the earnings. Earnings of companies are what drive a stock market, and that's what we're seeing.
Okay, Ben, as always, thank you for your time, and thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule.
My pleasure.